Happy Friday, folks. Welcome in. Meteorologist Ross Mumal here, joined as always with Chief Meteorologist Lewis Turner.
Hey, Ross. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Chia. We hit quite a large low.
Yeah.
If you want to have a little oxymoron there. A large low.
Tell them Large Marge sent you.
Yeah.
22.
Actually, was it only 22?
Yeah, well, we had a 21 for a minute.
Yeah, see, okay.
But
I saw a 21 on there.
So 21 was hit for about 5 minutes.
Okay.
And we were talking with National Weather Service this morning about this. And I guess it didn't hit 21. So I'm going to be interested when they actually put out the
climate report today?
climate report today, because they were saying this morning it wasn't 21 long enough for it to qualify as the official low. And, and if you look at the hourly observations, they put it down as 21.9. So they're going to keep it at
22.
22. We'll see when that official report comes out, but it is a little like the ballot box is still out. But because, yes, at Jacksonville International Airport for a brief moment, they had the 21 in those 5-minute reports.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I guess didn't stay up long enough for them. So 22 ties the record. 21 would have broken it. I wish, have the audacity and go for it.
You might as well.
Call it, But, other than that, that aside, if you looked at the lows, like Cecil hit 18.
I saw that.
White House and Hurlong airports.
Yeah, they were down near like 20.
We're in the teens there for a minute. Craig tied the record. They were at 25 was a record. They got down to 25. Brunswick hit 19. We had the teens around, And
that means it was colder here than it was in central Pennsylvania this morning.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, my mom told me she had 25 or 26 on the house thermometer outside.
Yeah, it was. It was colder here. Amazing how the old atmosphere will just pump that into the deep south. And then, but theirs is coming. It's going to.
Oh yeah.
It's just a matter of that wave just crashing on down up to the northeast. But and we didn't, through the afternoon. It's just been kind of a chilly sort of day as you look at the current conditions around.
Sunny at least.
And at the beach, just you notice how it's still the 40s out of the beaches and chilly along the river too. So yes, you're right. We did have the sun. Dry, bone dry. Our dew points are like comically low.
Yeah, the fire danger is pretty high. Critical humidity levels here. Last night I think the dew points dropped into like the upper to mid-teens when it was still 40 or 30 some degrees out. So I'm like, oh, that's like real dry air. That's just like desert air.
I had to see if it was an error, but at noon today I showed the currents, like the right now map, and it had a 9-degree dew point.
Where at?
Like a single digit report. This would have been for International Airport.
Okay.
I'm like, whoa, rare air from around here.
That probably is true, though, because, my lips, we're getting a little chapped.
Yeah.
A little on the edge.
And I'm worried because, for dinner tonight, my son, who's 12, but I put him in charge of he's learned how to grill steaks now.
Wow.
So every couple of Fridays when he's like, hey, and he's got a big swim meet coming up this weekend, and it's like, well, all right, so we'll have some steaks before. So he's going to, by the time I get home, it'll all be done.
He's going to be a great husband someday.
He'll light the fire. And it seasons it himself, does it himself. But now I'm like, God, with these dew points, he better keep control of these embers. I don't need that grill to tip over and light the whole neighborhood.
Hey, that's why you always have to have a fire extinguisher.
Gotta have it
nearby. Safety first.
100%. He's got it's right by the pool hose, so hopefully he's.
Or you just always
just spray it down, man. Fire Marshal Bill over here. And so through the evening, with it so dry and so clear, we're cooling down. We've got the cold air in place, but it won't be as oppressively cold as it was this morning as we wake up tomorrow.
Yeah.
But some of us will certainly have another consecutive day of a freeze as we continue this streak. Airport, we're going to officially go for 33. And then, of course, river beaches, you won't quite get down to that point. But another really, really cold morning in store for us for Saturday.
And then that'll be the last of it, at least for Saturday.
For Saturday.
Well, we're kind of just going up and down, a little seesaw action here over, the next 2 or 3 days. But, a cold start tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
By tomorrow afternoon, though, you're going to want to get out and try to make the most of it. You said you're heading out to the Jack Zoo.
I'd like to do some zoo time. Yeah.
You got a favorite animal at the zoo?
I do, the elephants.
Okay.
Yeah, I love the elephants. And it's a close second is the giraffes. And then a really, really close third is the stingrays.
Okay.
Have you ever done the petting of the stingrays? Have you ever fed and pet the stingrays before?
No, I'm a little anti-zoo.
Anti-zoo?
A little bit.
Ethically? Or
yeah, I just went to a zoo once, and like I feel like the elephants, like they get mental stimulation with what they do.
Oh, you're about to get like pretty hardcore here. You're about to take a stand.
It was a mountain lion. Like in a cage, and he was just like kind of walking in circles. And
not the Jack Zoo, I'm guessing.
No, this was not the Jack Zoo.
We're not making a stand on the Jack Zoo.
And like there were some gorillas in a pen once, and like they were just leaned up against the glass, and like people going over and like tapping on it, and they just weren't like reacting. And I don't know. Gives me the ick. Go to the Jack Zoo, but like I'm not a zoo guy.
My guy is putting his flag in the ground.
I don't.
Got to stand for some or you'll fall for anything.
Now, again, that wasn't the Jack Zoo. It was a different zoo. So maybe it's not like that everywhere. But after the first, I'm like, no, I'm not going to pay money for this.
Duly noted. Hey, no judgment on this end. But yes.
That was a nice positive tangent.
I enjoyed hearing it. I need to learn. Every day, again, a posture of learning, and I just learned something about Ross. Yeah. Cancel the invite to the zoo for Ross. So, but yes, when we get up to the 70s Saturday is the seize the day of the weekend, right? Get out. If you've got a yard work to do, I know it's kind of crummy to waste a day off or a beautiful day on doing that, but it's really the only time you're going to have to get it done over the weekend. Any outdoor plans, go to town, right? Saturday's the day. Look at the bounce back of temperatures that we have. It's going to be nice. And in the southern, Palatka, down to St. Augustine, Keystone, Palm Coast, getting the low 70s. It's going to be great. And what's going to happen, and it's human nature, is you're going to forget about the fact that it's about to fall out again. Again. And the bottom is going to come out again. So don't get too cozy. Definitely don't put away your jackets, but just enjoy this reprieve from winter for a afternoon, really.
Maybe a good night to head out to the patio, watch some football, perhaps.
Yeah,
since
sure.
It is another full weekend of football. We'll kind of do this in the middle of the stream this time around, since we do have a lot to talk about with regards to Sunday. Yeah. So this is just a quick look back, Lew, at our records from the wild card weekend. Of course, no surprise, you're in dead last as always, 2-4. But
Marlowe's in there laughing.
Well, the thing is, you still have a long way to go, so you can climb up, climb back up the standings. Also, do you like the background?
Yeah, it's a cool background.
Yeah, also
good colors.
Pretty cool game there in Philly back in the
birds.
day. But nonetheless, my Birds no longer in it. Nope. Unfortunately, neither are the Jags.
Yeah.
So here is a look at the divisional round. Looking good in Denver weather-wise for the Broncos and Bills. And, of course, we should add Rachel Phillips, our sports reporter, also sent in her picks yet again today.
Good, so we can keep the records alive. Rachel and I both on the good side with Buffalo, and you're going Denver. All right, so it gives me an opportunity either to make up some ground or lose miserably. At least I won't lose any ground to Rachel.
Just not sure who Josh Allen's throwing the ball to.
Yeah.
Gabe Davis towards ACL. I'm not sure if he has any wide receivers left there in Buffalo.
I'm gonna just continue to tip the cap to the better quarterback on the football field. That's why I give it to the Bills. There. Seahawks
straight
Niners, sweep with the Seahawks.
Shout out Neil, our assistant news director. Neil. Seahawks,
they've seemed like
go Hawks.
They've seemed like the best team. So of course 1 seed. And the 49ers are to quote another podcast I listened to. They're doing it like plumbers and firemen.
They are.
They're kind of like patched together.
Next man up mentality
really?
All day, every day.
So, yeah, maybe the magic's run out for them. Coach Shanny, I don't know if he can scheme his way out of this, but we'll see. All right, another opportunity for me to either catch up or lose some ground. I'm going to go with New England here.
I think that Texans defense is just too good.
Too good. And again, I'm going to tip my cap to the better quarterback in that game. So I'm going to lean on New England and a home game in the potential wet, soggy.
Yeah, there's a chance for some rain and snow showers up there in New England.
And finally for our Bears and Rams, hey, yet again, I'm bucking the trend. I like this. I can make up a lot of ground. If things work out in your buddy's favor, man, oh man, I'm right back in there with you, Ross.
And if they don't?
And then it's an embarrassment. This could clinch it for you, certainly. Yeah. This could clinch it right here.
I do want to add before we go to break here, that game in Chicago, like kickoff temperatures in the teens, wind chills like 5 to -5, so like sub-zero wind chills.
It's cold.
A cold weather game in Chicago. I don't like Matt Stafford playing in the cold.
Oh, don't doubt Matty.
40-some-year-old man. I've seen how you move in the cold.
My man can
not too spry.
Sling it. Rams are dangerous. They had their stinker against the Panthers. Bears, magic's run out, in my opinion. They cashed that check against the Packers. All right, that is it for now. We got the picks, but yes, we do need to get to what's happening over the weekend, especially on a very wet Sunday. So stay with us. Up.
Welcome back in, folks. Before we completely move on, Lew.
Yeah.
We also need to do
clean sweep, huh?
College football playoff national championships on Monday night.
So it's my opportunity to get above 500.
This is, yes, I forgot.
That's all that's at stake anymore.
You are 35-35 right now.
Yep.
So.
And all of us are confident that I'm going to do it because we're picking Indiana.
Surprised you're not going with the upset, to be honest.
You
explained your reasoning earlier, but
I think it's I think it's a 2-score game. I mean, just the way Indiana's been playing, nothing against Miami, and Carson Beck have been playing great. Our
final college football playoff pick.
I know that's sad.
Yeah, bittersweet.
Sad, but we still have a couple more NFL weeks to go.
We do,
so
yeah.
we at least have the joy there. All right, so switching back to weather, and for our Sunday weather impact alert in a good portion of the morning till about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's going to cover your trips to church, your brunches after church, any outdoor plans you have through the morning and early afternoon. It's just a washout. I mean, we've got widespread rain moving through, and for a great majority of us, this is a rain event. Mm-hmm. All right. And it's kind of a unique day. Look at the low 51
and a high
of 42.
Makes it look like we did something wrong.
It does. But we have a logic and a method behind the madness. Make it make sense. Well, first, let's go over the precip, and then we'll talk temperatures. So the very robust front coming through Saturday, plenty of moisture here. Late Saturday night into Sunday, transitioning into a flurry for our inland southeast Georgia friends, with a flake or two possible through Charleston County and at maybe the Sewanee River Valley. You could certainly see a flake or two. Accumulations seem unlikely, and because look at the temperature profile here on this map. This is important because
ground temperatures at least.
Yeah. Because what we had Saturday, when a lot of folks will see 70, many will see 68, 69 degrees, even up in Waycross for Saturday afternoon highs. That ground temperature is going to be a little bit too warm. And then look at near the surface with 39, 40, 45 Jacksonville. That's why I was saying in Jacksonville we just don't have the likelihood of seeing any flakes at all.
And the reason that you can in Waycross is because although ground temperatures might be a few degrees above freezing. You go 1,000, 5,000 feet aloft in the atmosphere. Temperatures are right around, if not just below freezing.
Right.
Should be capable of producing some wet snow. So the flakes may fall, but as Lew mentioned, not going to accumulate.
Maybe a really grassy field, hood of a car that hasn't been running, patio furniture. You might see it stick for a second and then go away. But, I mean, the potential is there. This is not going to be a 2025 event like we had there basically a year ago now, or a 2018 event where folks in Waycross were playing in snow. But you certainly cannot rule out a quick flurry there. But I want to emphasize how a rainy of a day it is going to be. And that's really the reason behind the weather impact alert. Certainly kind of the secondary story would be the wintry mix and the potential for the wet flakes falling in parts of southeast Georgia. But story one is just a rainy, good portion of your morning and early afternoon. Are we painting on some accumulation here on our map?
Yeah, model's trying to show that, and I get it. But as we pretty much just covered here, I mean, ground temperatures themselves are not going to cool off nearly enough from Saturday afternoon. So I think this is more so just showing the moisture falling rather than what is actually accumulating on the ground.
Yeah.
It's going to melt once it hits.
There you go. Yeah, and it's also a scenario where, okay, well, what about the roads? Are we going to have black ice? Are we going to have bridges freezing? That's also not really a concern because, as we showed you, those temperatures had the day before near 70, and even in our coldest spots, barely, not even really scraping the freeze point or getting close, but staying above it. Now, the danger on the roads is going to be just how wet it is. I mean, could have some heavy downpours, so that would be the main danger. So. Let's talk about why we had that temperature, and in our 7-day we'll see it as well, why we have the low flip-flopped with the high.
Yeah.
And this is more of a, trying to help you understand, what is traditionally the coldest part of the day, right around dawn. It's actually going to be warmer then than it is when you have your traditional high temperature.
Correct,
because throughout, and that's usually 3, 4 o'clock, because throughout our day on Sunday, with that front coming through with the rain, it's just going to drop. The temperatures are going to drop from the morning, really from midnight, all the way through the afternoon.
Yeah, we're just going to get this cold air advection. That colder air continues to come in. Northwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. So as you still have a little bit of the leftover heat from Saturday afternoon and evening still around, right around, the early morning hours, and even, just after midnight Sunday morning, with the moisture and all that, it'll stay a little bit warmer. As the rain falls, temperatures, of course, will drop, but it's really going to be that colder air and the gusty winds blowing in that will continue to just drop us down further and further as the afternoon wears on. So I think this is just a kind of a good idea overall. I think some folks may actually see cooler temperatures than this by 3, 4, 5 o'clock, especially for folks up towards Folkestone, Charleston County, Ware County. Could even get into the 30s, by 4 or 5 p.m. there on Sunday.
So we want you aware, like when you see on your app other places that you're picking up 7-day forecasts, it's fine. We don't judge you. What you're going to see in some of these, and most of them, in fact, maybe you look at your weather app on your phone, and it's going to tell you a high temperature Sunday in the 50s.
Yeah.
Okay, so it can tell you as high as 55, 56 degrees. The thing that you're seeing is, while technically accurate, that high temperature is going to happen while you're asleep, most likely. So that high of 56, 57, 54, 55, whatever numbers you're seeing on those apps, is actually happening just after midnight.
Yeah.
Okay, so and then low temperatures. With things being flip-flopped that you'll see on your phone or app might be in the 30s, and that might be occurring closer to 11:58 p.m., right? So it's a little confusing. So we're trying to forecast for the times that you're actually awake and actually experiencing your day. And so really the morning temperatures are going to be where they're the warmest, and then the afternoon is when they're going to be the coldest. So we're going to kind of flip-flop that for you. We'll explain it a little bit more. We'll show you what we're talking about on the 7-day. It's a very unique kind of forecast for Northeast Florida. We'll do a little bit more after the break. He said he was good. Immediately, when we're like 10 seconds back, Ross takes a sip and down the wrong pipe. So let's look at our weekend timeline. Very important because of our how big the changes are going to be. Getting the activities in Saturday, especially through the afternoon, much warmer through the afternoon with a few late day evening showers. More rain begins to fill in generally while you're sleeping, but the widespread rain through the morning. Again, on Sunday morning through church time and early afternoon. So through that and then it's really a stay in and read a book, make some stew, make a chili, something like that kind of thing.
You and stew and your soups.
Stews and soups.
God, get out of here.
Lay me out a whole plate of it. But yeah, and then the wet flake potential certainly there for inland southeast Georgia as we go through Sunday morning. All right, cold weather alert. So already putting the freeze watch out though, because we got to get beyond Sunday and we go to Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and we are back to frigid temperatures.
Winter returns.
It is here. It's not really leaving. I mean, the thing about this, I know Saturday we're talking seesaw, but really this seesaw ride has mostly been down. Like we're kind of the big kid on the end of the seesaw this whole time, and I think we got like just for Saturday, like 2 or 3 kids decided to grab the other end and pull us up for a second.
Or think of like a roller coaster. Today, like this morning, was the really big drop.
Yeah.
And then you kind of come up a little bit.
But we're dropping.
And then you're dropping again.
We're going to have another big, like how low can we go? Now, certainly not back to the teens for the Monday morning cold outbreak, but chilly, and that's why we have freeze watches, which will become warnings eventually, but we got to be ready again for a cold Martin Luther King Jr. parade. Big event here in town. A lot of folks will be out of work, out of school, a lot doing community service on this day. It is going to be chilly. Coats definitely needed as we go out for Martin Luther King Jr. Day parade. Starts at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, and I mean, that's pretty much where the temperatures are going to stop by the afternoon there on Monday. I mean, mid-50s for most of us. So a morning freeze seems pretty likely for pretty much everyone from the intercoastal west, I would say, at the very least right now. A cold, though, Monday afternoon, and really most of next week is kind of, or at least the first half of next week, still on that chilly side. We won't really begin to warm up until kind of Thursday, but even, Friday has the potential to be rather cool as well. So Saturday is pretty much the pick of the week.
Pick of the week, and then we hold on because winter sticks around. And notice on the 7-day, like we said a few moments ago, how Sunday, that's not an error. We kind of do our highs lows in chronological order when we hit these. So notice that morning temperature when you're actually starting the day, actually warmer than where we'll be in our afternoon. That's why we have that dropping. So through the day on Sunday, those temperatures plummet. So yeah, in the morning, it is warmer. That's technically when our high would be, early morning. And then we start to cool off through the afternoon hours, low 40s.